Good morning. I'm Ian Rege, co-president of the SGA. Welcome to the Baccalaureate service for the class of 2026.
And I'm Avery Cohen, co-president of the SGA. Please stand and join in singing our opening hymn, Simple Gifts. The hymn will be sung 2 times.
That God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Let us come into God's presence with thanksgiving and praise.
Let us give thanks to God for God is good.
Blessed be the one holy and living God.
Glory to God forever and ever.
Please be seated for the readings.
Better than any ritual is the worship is achieved through wisdom. Wisdom is the final glory of every action. Find a wise teacher, honor them. Ask them your questions, serve them. Someone who has seen the truth will guide you on the path to wisdom. When you realize it, you will never fall back into delusion. Knowing it, you see all beings in yourself and yourself in me. Even if you were the most evil of all evildoers, wisdom is the boat that would carry you across the sea of all sin. Just as firewood is turned to ashes in the flame of a fire, all actions are turned to ashes in wisdom's refining flames.
לכל הזמן ועת, ולכל אפת תחת ושמיים, עת ללדת ועת למות, עת לטעת ועת לקור ועת דוח, עת לחרוג ועת להרפוא, עת לפרוץ ועת לבנות, עת לבכות ועת לפשוק, עת שפות ועת תרקוד, עת לשכבים ועת כנוסבנים, עת לחבוק ועת לאר משבק, עת לבקש ועת לאבד, עת לשמור ועת להשליש, עת לקרוע ועת ליפור, עת לחשות ועת לדבר, עת להרחבה ועת לשננה, עת לחמה ועת לשלום. A season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven, a time for being born and a time for dying, a time for planting and a time for uprooting the planted, a time for slaying and a time for healing, a time for tearing down and a time for building up, a time for weeping and a time for laughing, a time for wailing and a time for dancing, a time for throwing stones and a time for gathering stones, a time for embracing and a time for shunning embraces, a time for seeking and a time for losing, a time for keeping and a time for discarding, a time for ripping and a time for sowing, a time for silence and a time for speaking, a time for loving and a time for hating, a time for peace and a time for war.
Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you.
God brings forth the living from the dead, and brings forth the dead from the living, and he revives the earth after its death. Even so you be brought forth. Among his signs is that he created you from dust. Then, behold, you are human beings ranging far and wide. And among his signs is that he created mates for you from among yourselves, that you might find rest in them, and he established affection and mercy between you. Truly in that are signs for people who reflect. And among his signs are the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the variation in your tongues and colors. Truly in that are signs for those who know.
Let us pray for this class, for the school, and for all who teach and for all who learn. O God, we thank you for this school set upon a hill, for the voices from the past that still speak their challenges to us, the memories that bless our lives and inspire us, and the unfading light kindled long ago by loyal hearts which shine upon our path. Grant that each of us may hear these voices, be thrilled by these memories, and walk in the light, guarded with jealousy, care for future generations, the rich heritage entrust to us. Amen.
Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who have given of your wisdom to flesh and blood. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
God, our Creator, we give you thanks for the gift of inquiring minds and discerning hearts, for the world to be known and the desire to know it. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
O God, most merciful and most compassionate, you grant wisdom to whom you please, and those who receive it are given an abundant good. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
God of beauty, so ancient and so new, we bless you for our sorrows and our joys, and for all the arts by which we share our lives and nourish our souls. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
We thank you, O giver of life and health, because through years of practice and of contest, in victory and in defeat, you have helped us to grow in body and in mind, and bound us more closely together with one another. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
Sustaining God, we praise you for parents, guardians, and teachers, for all who love us and care for us, and challenge us to be our truest selves. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
God the provider, we give you glory for new friends awaiting us in new places, for new work to do, for the new day that lies before us with all of its hopes and fears. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
Almighty God, we ask your blessings on all schools, colleges, and universities, and especially on the Hill School. We thank you for its founders and benefactors, and we pray that we may, like them, have grace to maintain it in our own day. Nations will speak of your wisdom, O God, and the congregation will proclaim your praise.
Grant us, O God, the desire for a sound mind and a sound body, the love of justice and the courage to stand for it, the gift of enduring friendship, the strength to serve our companions, and the steadfast loyalty to whatsoever things are true. Amen.
Please stand and join in singing our school hymn, Upon a Hill Our City Stands.
Good morning, class of 26, faculty, parents, friends, trustees. In his kind remarks about me at the Dial Celebration event, Mr. Baum was correct. You don't know me, but I do know a tremendous amount about you. And even though I have worked at Hill and other schools for over 40 years, I can safely say that it's my experience as a boarding student at the Taft School that has been the most important background I have for performing my job. Along with the head of school, others in the administration, and the trustees, we as a group are focused on the Hill School as a perpetuity. That means everything that we do must anticipate Hill being here to serve future generations, including some of your children and grandchildren. And at the same time, we must deliver a program that prepares you well for college. It's obviously an exciting balancing act. The Hill School is a collection of buildings, people, and programs. It's natural for the administration and trustees to constantly evaluate the Hill's performance against its mission and purpose. Take this building, for example. Why was it built the way it was originally? And why would a donor have wanted to invest so much money in its renovation? For me, and I know for many that have been and are now involved with Hill, it's based on a firm conviction that all of us have been made in the image of God. The implications of that have staggered me for my entire life, but they also explain a great deal about the Hill School and about the responsibility of the faculty and about all of you. At the beginning of my 6th grade year, we had a new Latin 2 teacher, Mr. French. His name was Peter French, not Atticus. He had a dash to him, and he seemed to know us well from the first day. We were excited to be in his class until he described the grading scheme. There would be 1 point off for punctuation errors, 3 points off for spelling, and 5 points off for grammar. Well, the grades started coming back. They were 33, 51, 46 out of 100. The class average initially was probably less than 50. The sky was falling. This made no sense to us. The expectations were crazy. The grading was unfair. Why was he doing this? We eventually learned how to come close to his standard. And looking back, I think I would describe it as my first college-level course. We were treated as adults, almost. Our work needed to be letter perfect, and if you earned a 33 out of 100, you got a 33. There was no cheerleading. In the fall of my 8th grade, my parents took me to see boarding schools. There was nothing about my home or my family that I wanted to leave, but they determined I was ready for the next level. At the end of the fall term of my first year at Taft, it was suggested by an older boy, Sonny Davis, who knew me well, that I should go out for wrestling. In other words, he made a judgment that I was ready for a next level. The question was asked in the hearing of the wrestling coach, John Wynn, a Hill School graduate. I said I was not interested in wrestling because I'd never done it before. I obviously had other reasons. I did not like the idea of being out on a mat all alone with the prospect of getting pinned in front of everyone. Mr. Wynn, who again knew me well, said, "Rick, I'd rather have you come out without any experience. That way I can teach you how to do it right." That simple sentence was all I needed to hear. Once I started working in schools, I started to reconcile my own experience as a child and the experience of my children against the cumulative efforts of faculty administrators. This cycle of students going to the next level was happening every day to every student multiple times a day. One coach at Northfield Mount Hermon School, John Carroll would say to his players, play like you are already at the next level. Another faculty person, Jerry Romano, had his own personal mantra, never be satisfied. Never be satisfied. I mean, what's up with that? It was a crucible that in Hill's case has been evolving for 175 years. The lives of so many extraordinary faculty and staff members, the commitment and resources of so many trustees and alumni have created an institution of higher learning with a culture of caring that hopefully you will all sense as you receive your diplomas. But it's more than caring. C.S. Lewis, in A Problem of Pain, says, we think we want a kind of love that simply keeps us comfortable. But God's love is like a parent who takes a child to the dentist, not the indulgent love that lets the child avoid pain, but the real love that insists on healing even when it hurts. The foundation for the crucible that you've gone through and that your parents have provided is love. I could conclude with one of the Latin poems that Mr. French required us to memorize 60 years ago, but I won't. It's actually about a guy who married a woman who was sick because he wanted her money, so it's not exactly going to fit. But years later, my parents told me the rest of the story about Mr. Finch. Parents were furious with him because of his standards and his grading. Ultimately, there was a meeting between the parents and Mr. French, and his job was clearly on the line. When questioned about his teaching practices, all Mr. French could come up with in his defense was 6 words. The guy with the dash, the guy who knew us so well so quickly, said, I know they can do it. As it turned out, that was all he needed to say. The people who have stood out most to me in my education and in my life are the ones who raised the bar the highest. The height of the bar was directly proportional to their expectation and their real love for me and for my peers. For me, the phrase, I know they can do it, is built into the hearts of every faculty member at Hill, every staff member, every trustee. It's in the rafters. It's in the foundation. So, that feeling you get in a few short hours when you jump into the Dell, it's actually not water. It's a collective sound of, we know you can do it.
Please stand and join in singing our closing hymn, Lord, through the changing seasons. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Wait for the music.
and welcome to our 175th commencement ceremony at the Hill School. Today we celebrate the class of 2026. Family and friends, please stand and join our sixth formers as the Hill Tones and Trebles sing the national anthem and as the Reverend Comfort Martins offers our invocation.
of new beginnings. Through the highs and lows and twists and turns this class has faced along the way, we have faith that your love has guided them from the moment they began up to now. We celebrate your presence in the lives of the class of 2026 through the love and support of all those gathered around them this day. We give thanks for your goodness that shines in the relationships formed, knowledge gained, and memories made. Bless them today as we celebrate all that they have accomplished during their time at the Hill. Sustain them as they prepare to go forth from this place, confident in who they are and what they have become. Amen. Please be seated.
I grew up in an Irish household, one of 5. We considered the rain and the cold to be lucky. This may be cold comfort, but by my measure, we're playing a man up today. Now I would like us to take a moment to offer our collective thanks to those who have supported the class of 2026 along their journey, their families and friends, the faculty and staff, and all the individuals who cheered them on, advised them, guided them, coaxed them, trusted them, and above all else, loved them during their time at Hill. The class of 2026 is also very fortunate to have enjoyed the leadership, patience, and care of their former advisors, Mr. David Hoffman, Hill class of 2001, and Ms. Laura McConney. And I would ask us to acknowledge them now for their devotion to this class. Sixth formers. These past few weeks have been filled with ceremonies and celebrations, last classes, games and club meetings, concerts and productions. Your work as Hill students is done, having completed each of the many requirements to make it to this day. But these recent weeks have also featured less formal lasts, and perhaps some of you have experienced something akin to the wash of both celebration and melancholy while sitting in the dining hall with friends, staying up late in the dormitories, competing in J-ball matchups, engaging in conversations with advisors and teachers, and spending time in quiet moments on your own. These moments provided you the opportunity to reminisce about and to reflect on your time here at Hill. 90 of you arrived as third formers in the fall of 2022. You may recall your on-campus retreat where you built spaghetti marshmallow towers and participated in campus-wide relay races, all designed to welcome you to Hill. You spent the evening together bowling, competing around a punching machine, and playing arcade games. This evening of fun is a time from which many of you can trace your present-day friendships. And that weekend, Mr. Baum gave you his introduction speech on how to do things well at the Hill, exhorting you to be good, to do good, to take advantage of the opportunities before you, and to make connections. 35 of you joined your 4th form year, 20 your 5th, and 13 sixth formers and PGs rounded you out this year. Your class hails from 7 countries and 23 states, and all of you boarded for at least 1 year, fulfilling one of Hill's most powerful and culturally impactful traditions. You threw yourselves wholeheartedly into life here. As a class, you have rightly prided yourself on your full-throated connections with and commitment to one another. Of course, you have friends, groups of friends, best friends, but your collective identity as the class of 2026 means a great deal to you, and you wear your connectedness well. Because you are so comfortable with one another, and you have done the work to intentionally reach out to one another and pull each other in, you are well positioned to lead the school this year. It is every sixth form's job to lead, but 2026, we are so proud of you and grateful to you for the commitment you made in the classroom, on the field, stage, and pool, into the residential fabric of this school. You led well, and your forward lean has made us all better. Thank you. From ATHE, the Quadrivium, the CFTA, and the Levis Room, to Millheiser Dining Hall and Alumni Chapel, As writers, even book authors, prefects and council members, co-presidents and club leaders, captains and singers, you have left your mark on Hill. You are members of a nationally ranked field hockey and boys lacrosse team, a wrestling team with 3 All-Americans, a boys basketball team that won the Paisley Championship for the first time in 8 years, and a girls soccer and basketball team that won the Commonwealth Cup. A girls hockey team that won the Exeter and Hill School Invitationals, and a resurgent girls softball team. You are record-holding track stars and nationally ranked rowers. You are actors in Little Women, Legally Blonde, and Blood Brothers, reporters for Hill News, and you are the singers in Hill Tones and Trebles who moved us with Little Bulu. Orchestra maestros who brought the mysterious and fugal rites of tamburo to life, and jazz ensemblists who riffed with curiosity and an open heart on the man of make-believe. You are dancers. In 2026, may you always have cause to dance. Thank you for all that you are and all that you've done to make the Hill the special place it is. In your stewardship of Hillness, Hill's legacy endures even as it evolves from year to year and generation to generation. Before I turn the lectern over to our sixth form speaker, Susanna Ponia, I want to share a story with you that I think speaks to your collective character. Early this past fall, I stood at the lectern in the Millheiser dining room, and I asked any student who had B period free to come to the dais after the meal. Over 50 of you showed up, perhaps out of curiosity or a wonder if trouble might be brewing. In reality, because I play the flute, I had heard Mrs. Nicewender's plea to the orchestra earlier that day for musicians to find a friend with B period, orchestra period, free, and to ask them to join the percussion section because we were one drummer short. My request to the assembled students that day was, would any of you consider giving up your free B period to join the Hill Orchestra and learn how to play the drums? Several of you raised your hands, but Anna Lauren put her hand up first. I connected her with Mrs. Nicewender, and then, the fall schedule being what it was a full 2 weeks before I found myself back in the band room in the CFTA, sitting with my fellow flautists, Esther, Iris, and Amy, as the orchestra worked its way through a challenging Mozart Symphony No. 40. That day, when we hit a particularly difficult section, Mrs. Nicewender stopped the whole orchestra and asked Anna Lauren, who was playing the timpani, to repeat her part. She said, "Anna, you have it wrong. You have to strike the drum at the front of the beat, not the back of the beat. And if you don't, the rest of the orchestra won't be able to find their footing. Let's hear you play it by yourself." And Anna did. She played it poorly. And Mrs. Nicewender insisted she play it 3 more times before she deemed it good enough. And finally, the rest of us were instructed to join in. I was horrified because I knew that learning an instrument would not be easy, but I forgot that sometimes the learning is really public. As we left orchestra that day, I found Anna and I walked out with her. I apologized for asking her to join and for the cavalier way in which I pulled her into something that was frankly difficult and a really big commitment. But Anna shrugged off my apology. She told me that she had really enjoyed learning the drums and admitted that she was not very good, but that she knew she would get better. By the way, that was her on stage last night. She got better. Then Anna said something that crystallized perfectly what is best about Hill students. I am glad I raised my hand and said yes. I am glad I joined the orchestra. I like being part of a team, being a good teammate, and helping to fill a need. So that was Anna Lauren, and she's great. But I tell you that story because class of 2026, her story is also all of yours. As Ms. McConney and Mr. Hoffman describe you, you are a special group of individuals who have prioritized each other and have made sure that no one was left alone. Each one of you, perhaps literally, but definitely figuratively, has had B period free during your time at Hill, and you have leaned in. Be it on a team, in your dorm, for your roommate or your classmate, for a member of the grounds team, or for a teacher, you have contributed to somebody else's win and participated in the Share Hill enterprise of becoming better together. So carry on, class of 2026, and as you go forth from Hill, I implore you, never lose the willingness to raise your hand and lean in. Godspeed and travel safe, all of you. I'm delighted to introduce sixth former Susanna Ponia to offer the sixth form student address. Susanna.
Good morning, class of 2026, faculty, and most importantly, families. In my family, birthdays look a little different. Everyone sings, you stand there smiling, not sure what else to do. You blow out the candles, someone tries to get icing on your nose, and then before you take a single bite of cake, you call up your loved ones and feed them a bit of the cake, and after they will feed you in return. Then you slice the cake and pass it around until finally, at last, you take your own piece. It's a small thing, but it carries a lesson I've been thinking about a lot lately. Joy isn't something you keep, it's something you pass. Building a community, a friendship, even yourself, doesn't come from staying uninvolved. It comes from giving yourself to the people and places around you. In the last few years, we learned that through a word we heard more than we wanted to: complacency. Ms. McConney and Mr. Hoffman said it all the time. Around spring term, when you had your friends, knew your teachers, and Hill finally felt familiar, that's when you start to ease up a little bit. Not in obvious ways, just small ones. You stop raising your hand as much, you skip an assignment or two, you sit with the same people every day and don't really look beyond that. But that's what our form advisors were talking about. What happens when familiarity turns into detachment? It's easy to stop putting yourself out there, to stop making space for others, to just focus what's important for you. But when people stop giving to the community, the sense of connection that holds it together starts to fade. And Hill never really let that slide. Every time someone said complacency, it felt less like a warning and more like a reminder to stay in it, to keep showing up, to keep giving, and to keep passing something forward. Because the moment you stop, this place just becomes somewhere you just live. What made this more than a place we live is that it taught us giving is much more meaningful than getting. The times prefects could have been studying for an E&M test, but chose to help an underformer with their math homework. The extra effort team captains put in to advocate for their team and make that experience better for everyone involved. The person who held the door open for an extra 10 seconds, even if it meant being late to class. We talk a lot about community like it's something that just appears, something that is already there when you arrive. But we gave ourselves again and again, even when it would have been easier not to. But the thing about community is that it wasn't just here when we arrived, we built it. Intentionally, patiently, and yes, awkwardly. And I mean that literally. There were silences that went on too long, icebreakers that didn't break anything really, club meetings where 3 people showed up and 2 of them were there by accident. But those 3 people kept showing up. Events that weren't perfect or well attended, but happened anyway, because someone decided they mattered. Conversations about race, mental health, or feeling like you didn't belong here. The kinds of conversations nobody really wants to have, but we had them anyway, sitting across from each other on the pitch or on the US patio. Every one of those moments was an act of giving. Giving your time to something unfinished. Giving your honesty to someone you weren't sure would understand it. Giving yourself to a school community that was still learning how to understand and support all the different people inside of it. That's what built this. Not the polished parts, but the imperfect, comfortable ones. And what we gave, we got back as something none of us could have made alone. And now we're here, on the last day, and for all the times we counted down to this moment, It doesn't feel the way we thought it would. It feels heavier, maybe fuller. We're not leaving here finished, though. I want to be clear about that. We're still figuring things out, still becoming who we're going to be. But something has changed. We now know what it looks like to give before you take, to stay when it would have been easier to leave, to keep expanding our circle of people instead of withdrawing into ourselves. We arrived unsure of what we had to contribute. We leave understanding that our greatest contribution is ourselves. And the world we're walking into needs them more than it needs anything else. It doesn't need people who think they have it all figured out. It needs people who will show up, flaws and all. People who will remember what it felt like to be new, to be lost, or to be stuck. People who don't let success or comfort convince them that they no longer owe anything to the people around them. Because if Hill taught us anything, it's that the best parts of life are rarely the things we keep for ourselves. So I'll leave you with this. In a few minutes, we'll walk across the stage, and somewhere after that, life is going to hand you your first bite of cake. It might look like an opportunity, a moment of recognition, something you worked really hard for. And every instinct will tell you to hold on to it because you've earned it. But you know what to do. Because here's what I've realized standing here today. My family's tradition and this school were never two different things. Hill calls itself a family boarding school, and my family, this is what you do. You feed everyone else first. You give the parts of yourself that are hardest to give. You are not complacent with your joy, your time, or the space you take up in this world. Class of 2026, we've been practicing this tradition for years. Every time someone made room at the table, every time someone stayed when they didn't have to, every time someone gave something of themselves without expecting anything else. That was the tradition, that was Hill. And now it's ours to carry. Congratulations, class of 2026, pass it on.
Thank you, Susanna. I am now pleased to introduce Wallace G. Gundy, Hill Class of 2004, President of the Hill School Alumni Association, as our commencement speaker. Wallace's connection to Hill truly is lifelong. She arrived at Hill as an infant, the daughter of two dedicated faculty members, Jay and Kim Gundy, who are here with us today. Joined a few years later by her brother Mac, together they grew up as faculty kids in Shepherd House, where the Ecclestons live now, with campus as their playground. As a Hill student, Wallace quickly distinguished herself through her leadership, service, and involvement across campus life. She served as a prefect in Robbins Dormitory, led the Dial Yearbook as editor and co-chief, presided over the Ellis Theater Guild, and was a leader in the admissions office while also competing on the varsity field hockey and squash teams. At her graduation, she was awarded both the Archibald R. Montgomery Prize and the Nikolai H. Hiller Prize, recognizing her exceptional friendship, effort, and service to others. Since her Hill graduation, Wallace's dedication to this community, and especially to her classmates, has never wavered. In 2020, she became the first alumna to serve as president of the Alumni Association, where she has led with energy, vision, and a deep love for this school. She has helped strengthen alumni engagement. She co-established the Whatsoever Things Are True Award and built a more connected and collaborative Alumni Association Executive Committee. Professionally, Wallace began her career in education at Portsmouth Abbey School before earning her MBA from the University of Rochester and moving into business leadership. She now leads quality and commercialization for Amazon's consumable private brands business in New York City. Across every chapter of her life, Wallace embodies the spirit of loyal service to others and enthusiastic leadership that has defined Hill for the past 175 years. Please welcome Wallace to the campus.
Good morning, friends, family, students, members of the faculty and staff, Sixth Form Deans Dave Hoffman, class of '01, and Laura McConney. Trustees, Ms. Devaney, and most especially you, the Hill School's great and historic class of 2026. Great because of who you are and all that you've accomplished, and historic because you are the 175th graduating class of the Hill School. When Miss Devaney called me last October 3rd, she did not know she caught me on my 39th birthday. I saw the phone ring and assumed one of two things must be true. She was calling to wish me a happy birthday, which just really seemed unlikely, or I was in trouble, because yes, even 22 years after graduating, a call from the head of school still prompts a response of concern. You know, I could be in trouble. I was wrong on both counts. She was calling to ask me to stand here with you today and speak to you all. I was dumbfounded then, I still am now, but nevertheless, I'm deeply honored and grateful to be here. This hat is my oldest piece of Hill gear. If you can't tell, it says Hill Squash on it, which I played while I was here for Coach David Allen, who was also my advisor. It's pretty tattered and worn. It's been well loved and lived in. I spent a lot of my life wearing this hat on my head, and so I really just thought it was fitting to wear it while I was with you all here today. I saw Jim Alexon, chairman of the Board of Trustees, a few months ago at an alumni event in New York. He reminded me, Wallace, you are the last person standing between those graduates and their leap in the Dell. And he gave me two really critical pieces of advice. First, he said, humor matters. So if I say something you think was intended as funny, please just laugh generously. I'd really appreciate it. And second, keep it brief. So to that point, Gabe Lagore, where's Gabe? All right, Gabe, awesome, okay. All right, Gabe, I'm gonna need you to keep time. If I hit an hour, I need you to throw your arms in the air. If I hit 2 hours, I need you to wave them, okay? All right, perfect, all right. It's great to see some familiar names in the class of 2026. Ethan Rue, where's Ethan? Ethan, your Uncle Stephen Rue, class of 2002, and Isa Bartolini, your aunt Gabi Andres Hanafan, class of 01, were students when I was here. They were older and they were both very kind to me. Ella Ross, where's Ella? Your great uncle Charlie Frank, class of 59, was chairman of the board when I was a student here and handed me my Hill diploma. And I grew up on camp with Gabe Lagore, our official timekeeper's siblings, Sam, class of 05, Hannah, class of 10, Tess, class of 12, and Eleanor, class of 21. Before I get rolling here, really, I do need to confirm something. I am the same Wallace Gundy who fell from the lectern in chapel 2 years ago in front of most of you. If you were fortunate enough to miss that moment, I was presenting an award to a distinguished alumnus. I turned to shake his hand, and I fell backwards down the stairs in our chapel. Fortunately, my only injury was a seriously wounded ego, but thank you for your grace then, and just let's hope for no repeats today. And the lesson learned here is that it's just really never too late to have your most embarrassing high school moment. You should know now that I love this place. I just love it deeply. If blood had flown when I fell in the chapel, it would have been blue and gray. So many people who have influenced my life in numerous and meaningful ways are Hillies. Let me name just a few. Beth Allen and Chuck Garrettson, class of 71, two beloved faculty members and University of Virginia graduates, encouraged me to go there for undergrad. As college graduation approached, Matt Ralston, my dorm parent in Robbins House, and Amanda Doherty, my field hockey coach, encouraged me to pursue a career in boarding schools. Megan Fonts, who worked in the Hill admissions office during the transition to coeducation, hired me for my first job at Portsmouth Abbey in Rhode Island, probably with a nudge from Tom Eccleston, so thanks, Tom. When I was considering grad school, Rob Wally, class of 88, encouraged me to jump in with both feet and go full-time. I applied to Simon Business School at the University of Rochester thanks to a Hill classmate and dear friend, Bill Bonin, class of '04. I made the leap from working in education to business school to corporate America thanks to conversations with Hans Mentz, class of '89, Mariah Scott, class of '04, and Nicole Burns, class of '05. Rick Bragdon, class of '70, the vice chair of the Alumni Association, has become a really valued mentor and close friend. And for any Only Murders in the Building fans out there, I call him the Steve Martin to my Selena Gomez. And former Washington Post editor and former Hill faculty member Tony Reed, class of '75, thoughtfully reviewed this speech. I really called in the experts. So many pivotal moments in my life trace back in some way to the Hill School. The roads I've taken, the risks I've taken, the people who've inspired me, the opportunities that found me, in some way lead back here to the Hill. And part of my love for this place is simple. As Miss Devaney shared, I grew up here. My parents and I moved to Pottstown when I was 9 months old. I was raised on campus as a faculty child with my brother Matt, class of '08. We lived in Shepherd House, where the Ecclestons live today. And until I was in the 7th grade, I never thought I'd be a student here. It was all boys. But all of that changed in 1998 when the Hill admitted girls for the first time. My parents are here today, Kim and Jay Gundy. When I graduated 22 years ago, they gave me a set of royal blue LL Bean luggage. And at the time, I was entirely underwhelmed. How practical could they get? But I learned luggage was the best gift they could have given me. They knew before I did that I had a big life ahead of me, and I needed to get packing. That luggage carried me to college, to my first apartment, to my first job, to graduate school, to my current home in Hoboken, New Jersey, around the country and around the world. It's carried my belongings, and really it's carried my life. Mom and Dad, thank you for knowing now, before I did, how much life awaited me. I'm also joined by my partner of many years, Dave Shriver, and his parents, Liz and Peter. I've learned that finding a partner that you love, someone who compliments you, is really critical, but finding a partner with great parents, that's really something to treasure too. Just trust me. This weekend, Liz and Peter are seeing the Hill for the first time, much like many of you here today. If this is your first visit to campus, look around, soak it in. You will gain a better understanding of the stories you've heard over the years and how very special the Hill really is. To all the parents and people here today who've raised the incredible members of the class of 2026, congratulations. This day belongs to you big time too. You should feel very proud of the great job you did raising these graduates. And beware, moms generally cry on opening day and dads cry at graduation, so, you know. As a student, I was a little bit of a dork. Any other dorks out there? Come on. Yeah, okay, all right. But I was a nice dork, and I learned that being nice really does help. I showed up to preseason field hockey believing 1 lap around the track was a mile. I quickly learned an important math lesson: 4 laps equals a mile. I was the last to complete the 8-minute mile after several attempts, with the whole team cheering me on each time. I bought wide leg khakis and a sweater set from the Gap for my first dance in the CFTA. This was not a time when wide leg was in. I remember my mom saying, "Are you sure this is what you want to wear? Like, is this the look?" And I doubled down and I was like, "Yep, this is it." And while the pictures would tell you otherwise, I remember thinking to myself, I look really good. And that was exactly what made the Hill a good and safe place for me and made room for me. The Hill School let me be myself before I fully knew who that was. And that's a powerful gift. And many of you may not realize it yet, but it is one this place has given you too. So since Kathleen's call, I've asked myself, why me? At my commencement, David Abernethy, class of '55, spoke. He was a renowned Stanford University professor and expert in sub-Saharan Africa politics and history. At my brother Mac's graduation, James Baker, class of '48, was the speaker. He was a White House chief of staff and then U.S. Treasury Secretary under Reagan and U.S. Secretary of State under George H.W. Bush, with Hill ties dating back 125 years. These men impacted nations and the lives of millions. Meanwhile, I work for Amazon. I lead quality for our private brands business, Amazon Basics. I help make sure that toilet paper and diapers and dog food and vitamins and trash bags and household cleaners and all of those everyday essentials meet quality standards. Now, I do believe my role at Amazon has some value to you and our society in general. After all, if you need toilet paper or trash bags or dog food, you are not going to contact the Secretary of State. What I've realized is I may not be here because of what I've accomplished. After all, I've already told you I'm only 39, give me some time here. But rather, I may be here because of what I've learned. And what I've learned is this. Your whole life is a series of hills. Your whole life is a series of hills. What is a hill? A hill rises above the ground around it, and from the summit, you can see distances and gain perspective. But to enjoy the view, you first have to climb. For some, a hill is a barrier. For others, it's a challenge. How you decide to approach a hill is your choice, and that's life. Things in life that truly matter will challenge you to climb. Tough conversations, failure and beginning again, heartbreak, moving to a new place, losing a loved one, a new opportunity, taking a big risk and betting on yourself, and of course, college. All hills, some very, very high ones. Hills tend to get steeper as you age. I've climbed a few especially significant hills since graduating from this one. The first came in college. I arrived at the University of Virginia, excited to be a small fish in a big pond. Socially, I found my footing pretty quickly, but academically, I was wayward. I bounced from class to class my first 2 years, even astronomy, trying to discover what I loved before declaring a classics major. I loved Latin at the Hill with Dr. Bender, so I thought, this will be great. After a year of real struggle, culminating with an F on an upper-level Latin class, I realized maybe I'd chosen the wrong path on this hill. I pivoted, I completed an English major in my final year, and I found a true home and beloved advisor in that department. The second hill came about 10 years later, when a brief marriage ended very unexpectedly. Suddenly, my life looked very different than I'd imagined. With the support of friends and family, I kept climbing and decided it was time for something new, eventually leading me to business school, where I found myself back at the bottom of a hill again, leaving a career and community I loved to take a risk on a completely new chapter. And thankfully, there's no Latin in business school. Then came another hill, starting an entirely new career. I joined Amazon during COVID as a product manager in healthcare. I felt completely out of my element. Everything was fast, difficult, and unfamiliar. And I was surrounded by brilliant people who seemed to know exactly what they were doing. Despite my new degree, I often felt unprepared. And once again, I was standing at the bottom of a hill. Now, 6 years later, I'm leading a global team. At the bottom of each of these hills, I reminded myself, you've done hard things before, you've figured it out before, and you'll figure this one out too. In every case, if I had stopped climbing, I would have missed so much. The view from the summit, the opportunities that followed, the adventures I never could have predicted, and the people I met along the way. And I certainly would not be standing here with you all today. The hills in front of you become the stories behind you, the ones you look back on with pride. You've already climbed a lot of hills since coming to Pottstown. The day you moved to campus, lugging those bags to your dorm room, and no doubt it was the hottest day of the year. Parents, I'm sure you can confirm this. Bravely waving goodbye as your family drove off and left you here to start this journey. For some of you, leaving one high school to start fresh here, a huge leap of faith. Preseason, the 8-minute mile, figuring out how to tie a tie, walking into your first buffet meal alone and finding a spot to sit, any game against that school in New Jersey, opening night in the CFTA, discovering what classes you love, what your passions are, and what makes you tick, becoming a captain, a prefect, a club leader, figuring out what mark you want to leave on this place, promposals, the SATs, the J-Ball championship, finding your people and choosing what's next, hill after hill after hill. Challenges posed and challenges met. And now today, leaving this place, a happy but possibly heartbreaking hill to climb. So what helps us climb? Well, there are three things. First, your people. Look around you, put your arms out, give some hugs here, grab the classmate next to you. All right, yep. All right, yeah. All right. Look to the sides, to your teachers, your coaches, your advisors. Look behind you to your family and your friends. They are all witnesses to who you became here, to the hills you've climbed. They know your stories, your awkward years, your wide leg khakis and sweater sets, your victories, your struggles, and your growth. You've watched them climb too. Keep them close, call them, text them, show up for them, because hill ties should never sever. Second, confidence. Climbing hills successfully builds confidence, and you have to be your own biggest cheerleader. When you stand at the base of a future hill, and you will, time and time again, remember to lean on your experience. You know how to climb successfully. You learn that here. And third, you need a really good piece of luggage. Statistics tell us that today is the last time all 158 of you will be together in one room. Do me a favor and defy the odds. 5 years from now, when your class secretaries Avery Cohen and Jaheim Pratt reach out about coming to your reunion, say yes. Your time as a student is finite, but your years as a Hill graduate last forever, and you're only just beginning. Come back, stand on this campus again, and see how your classmates have grown. Returning is not a retreat to your high school years, and instead, it's a reconnection and perhaps a renewed understanding of your years on this campus. And be sure to bring your partners and spouses and children one day too. They will never really understand you until they spend time with you on this campus. You're never gonna regret returning to the place that helped form you with the people you met along the way. All right, Gabe, I'm on to my final thought. Okay, perfect, all right. Class of 2026, I have to warn you, before you climb your next hill, you've got to take a leap. The Dell jump. The water is murky. You do not entirely know what awaits you. Just keep your mouth closed, please. But now that I think about it, it's excellent preparation for life after here. But you have your people beside you. You are stronger than you know. You are more ready than you think. And back in your dorm room, your luggage is packed and you're ready for that next hill. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go take your leap and then start climbing your next hill.
Thank you, Wallace. The collected talent represented by the Hill School class of 2026 is truly astonishing, and as such, it was especially difficult for our Faculty Prize Committee to select this year's recipients. It is with great pleasure and deep respect that I present these special commencement prizes. When I call your name, please come up to the stage to receive your prize. Once on stage, please remain until all the awards have been presented and we've taken a group photo. The Jody Cavalario 2003 award given to that sixth form girl who demonstrates outstanding leadership and high sportsmanship in competitive athletics. Since this award normally goes to a 4-year student, this 2-year, 6-season varsity letter winner is a rare recipient. Remarkably, in just 2 years, she has made a profound impact on Hill athletics and on the full Hill experience, packing 4 years' worth of contribution into half the time. An outstanding athlete, she was a significant force on 3 teams: soccer, hockey, and lacrosse. But even more importantly, the impeccable sportsmanship and discipline of this recipient set the culture tone for each of her teams. She is as impactful off the field or ice as she is on. This year's Calvario Award is Jillian Smith. The Hill School Achievement Award, donated by the Rubin family, given to that Hill School sixth former who, in the opinion of the Faculty Prize Committee, demonstrates the greatest improvement during the course of his or her Hill School experience. The award is to recognize not only improvement, but also strength of resolve, character, and a desire to achieve in some areas. And the Wilbur C. Riley Memorial Award, given to that man who demonstrates outstanding leadership and high sportsmanship in competitive athletics. A special presence within the Hill community over the past 3 years, this student has made a clear and lasting impact. It is therefore fitting that he receives 2 distinct honors selected by separate committees, each recognizing how he fully embodies the values of this school. The Hill School Achievement Award celebrates growth and development over the course of a Hill career, and this student's journey reflects exactly that kind of meaningful maturation across academic, athletic, and those in-between spaces that truly define our community. He has taken his academic pursuits seriously, and he is a warm, steady presence throughout campus life. He also arrived as an accomplished athlete and now graduates as one of the most decorated in the school's history in terms of state and national competition, an achievement appropriately recognized by the Wilbur Riley Award as voted on by all head coaches. As significant as these recognitions are, the most important measure of this individual's impact lies beyond his grades or even the track and field records he now holds, and it is in his deeper dimension that he has flourished most. This year's winner of both the Rubin and the Riley Award is Trey Vaughn Foster. The prize presented by the Phi Beta Kappa Association of the Delaware Valley to that student who excels scholastically and who possesses inherent character and integrity. It is not given only in recognition of these qualities and attainments, but as an incentive to good scholarship at the level of higher education. An exceptional student, this individual has achieved one of the top GPAs in the school's history. And yet, what truly defines her is the authenticity of her engagement in learning. Across disciplines, modern and classical languages, mathematics and physics, humanities and poetry, and even economics, she has sought not only mastery, but meaningful connection. At the same time, she has immersed herself in orchestra and provided leadership for the Dial, weaving together her many pursuits with a remarkable sense of purpose. This year's recipients has sought and found synchronicity across all these disciplines, and we are sure she will harness her learning for the better good. This year's Phi Beta Kappa Prize goes to Lola Ka. The Marion D. Patterson Jr. Memorial Prize for unswerving loyalty and outstanding integrity in the fulfillment of school responsibilities. Communities are built one space at a time, and such has been the story for this student's 4 years at the Hill. She shows up everywhere, and in doing so, lights up each space she enters: the classroom, the locker room, the common room, and even a seated meal table. She brings a special energy that lifts others and reflects something deeply and authentically Hill. This spirit was captured beautifully in her recent chapel talk, which spoke to the very essence of this community and her genuine love for it. This student has done more than simply love this place. She has worked to make it better, leading with the loyalty and integrity for which this prize is named. This year's Patterson Prize is awarded to Caroline Colello. The award presented by the alumni for Best General Record in the sixth form. It is one thing to meet every commitment, but it is quite another to do so with unwavering authenticity, even through the most difficult bouts with adversity. Over the course of her 4 years at Hill, this student has fulfilled every responsibility at the highest level, and at times under the most challenging circumstances. One of the top 2 students in the school, she has also earned 12 varsity letters while contributing meaningfully across nearly every area of campus life. She has not only checked boxes, she has shown up, bringing her full self to each endeavor. She holds herself to the highest standards and is driven by a desire to serve something greater than herself. It is therefore especially fitting that she will move from serving the Hill community to serving her country at the United States Air Force Academy. This year's prize for Best General Record goes to Ellie Mosier. The very essence of a Hill, I apologize, I didn't tell you the award. The prize presented by the Aurelian Honor Society of Yale University for character, leadership, and scholarship. The very essence of a Hill student, this individual has brought an incredibly positive approach to his time here while achieving at the highest level in the classroom. A 4-year member of student government, including service as co-president of the SGA this year, he has been a highly effective leader guided by his kind spirit and genuine desire to connect with others. He has also distinguished himself as one of the strongest students in the school, contributing meaningfully across many areas of campus life, not just through achievement, but by giving himself fully to others and to this community. And each day, from the dining hall lectern, he helped create a positive atmosphere in which all felt a true sense of belonging. He is a special young man who, over the course of his Hill career, has achieved far more than can be measured. This year's recipient of the Aurelian Honor Society Prize is Ion Reggae. The Nikolai H. Hiller Jr. Memorial Prize, awarded annually to that member of the school who best demonstrates the spirit of exemplary effort and loyal service to fellow students and the school. Effort, loyalty, and service, these qualities define this individual. Over the past 4 years, she has been fully invested in every aspect of school life. A top student, engaged athlete, a dependable, thoughtful leader. What sets this year's award recipient apart is the consistency with which she shows up. Hour by hour, day by day, she has given her very best, participating genuinely and contributing in every imaginable way. Her individual accomplishments have reached an extraordinarily high level, but it is her consistent and deep commitment to others and to the broader community that has defined her time at the Hill. This year's Hiller Prize is awarded to Layla Chowdhury. The The Archibald R. Montgomery Award, established by the class of 1973 and as selected by one's classmates, is presented to that sixth former who has demonstrated the greatest friendship and personal concern for fellow students. And the Alex Hero 2010 Prize for Unique Leadership in the Sixth Form in memory of Alex Hero, Hill Class of 2010, is awarded to the sixth form student who is a determined agent for change, demonstrating unique, unusual ability to lead students and faculty, who leads with courage and integrity, positively shaping Hill's community and culture. Confident, passionate, resilient under pressure, the student loves the Hill deeply with a noble cause at heart and excels in academic, athletics, and leadership. It's a very high bar. This year's awardee of these two prizes brings the vibrancy and warmth energy to wherever he is, the classroom, the CFTA stage, the dining hall lectern, the path to and from campus, and even the quieter spaces. A true Renaissance spirit, he has distinguished himself as a strong student, a lead in multiple theatrical productions, an impact athlete, a powerful dancer, and perhaps most memorably as Blue the Ram. Across these roles, his presence has been unmistakable and irreplaceable. Positive, caring, and deeply engaged, always to the benefit of others in the broader community. These qualities are recognized by the Montgomery Award. Talented, passionate, and skilled, yes, most importantly, our Hero Prize recipient is good, a good person, and a good friend, and he has a remarkable ability to make others feel good about themselves. Through countless positive, genuine interactions, he has helped shape the Hill into a more caring and connected community. His gift for leadership, a gift rooted in goodness, is truly infectious. The Hill School is better because of him. His peers affirm this in awarding him the Montgomery, and the faculty affirm it in awarding him the Hero. This year's winner of the Montgomery Award and the Hero Prize is Jaheim Pratt. Audibly confirmed. The Meigs Family Head of Schools Prize for exemplary effort and sterling contribution to the life and work of the school is given in memory of James D. Andrew, the Hill Class of 1922, Virginia Andrew and family, and Roswell Miller III of Hill School Class of 1940. No one embodies the life and work of the Hill School more fully than this individual. She has embraced every facet of Hill life to the highest possible level, from the smallest, most casual interactions to the most prominent stages. An outstanding student, and even more importantly, a consistently engaged one, she has immersed herself fully as a scholar, athlete, musician, and leader. With 11 varsity letters, captaincy of 2 teams, 4 years in the orchestra, and 4 years in student government, including service this year as a co-president, her achievement at Hill is remarkable. However, this individual's time is defined less by titles and more by her care for others and her deep love for the community. From quiet Saturday morning breakfasts to revisit day panels, from announcements at the lectern to moments in the dorm and common room, from conversations before the bell to countless other daily interactions, she has been fully present. She has seized every moment with her mind and especially her heart, and in doing so, she has made the most of her Hill experience. This year's Head of School Prize winner is Avery Cohen. Another round of applause for our commencement winners. All right, go ahead.
Such a great guy, Nolan.
Yeah, you're good. You can go. They got the picture.
Let's go.
fall. The prizes that we now bestow, these Hill School diplomas, truly are our highest and most significant honor and will propel you forward in your life. These documents encompass and represent extraordinary experiences, tireless effort, exceptional relationships, significant accomplishments, and enduring values. Like the 174 sixth forms that have come before you and the incredible deeds they have accomplished, gifted with the same education and diploma you are about to receive, I am confident that each of you will cherish this honor for the rest of your life, and I congratulate you on earning your Hill diploma. As is our tradition, before awarding diplomas, please stand and join as Hill Tones and Trebles lead us in our school song, 1,000 Hands. The words are on the back of your program. I will now ask Hill Board Chair, Mr. Jim Alexandra, to join me in conferring diplomas on these sixth formers. As our Associate Headmaster, Mr. Ari Baum, calls the names of the class of 2026. As a tribute to their exceptional devotion to the school, you will observe that several faculty, staff, and trustees will come to the stage to personally deliver diplomas to their child.
Many prizes and awards have been given out these last few days, and I now have the honor and privilege of bestowing the highest prize of all that we award, that is the Hill School Diploma, to each of the 158 members of the class of 2026. Andrew Liam Aarons. Cole Thomas Albert. Joshua Quadjo Ansu. Liam John Atkins. Jace Ian Banks. Isaiah Jerome Barbie. Peyton Elizabeth Barth. Elisa Andres Bartolini. Addison Ashley Becky. Arkady Olegovich Bindar. Aiden Rourke Bone. Wolf, Ramsey, Fife, Boswick. Caroline, Grace, Brandt. Samuel, Noah, Brebner. Claire, Elizabeth, Bressy. Noel, Elizabeth, Brockman. Caroline, Rose, Colello. Grace, Yao, Carol. Manine, Elva, Chen. Adelia, Joy, Chisholm. Chue, Yoon Sung, Derek. Layla, Haroon, Chowdhury. Francis, Ancrum, Clarkson, III. Nicholas, Aaron, Cobb. Avery, Isabel, Cohen. Ambrose, N. Cole. Zane, Torin, Conlon. Alexa, Maria, Isabel, Cretion. Riley, Ryan, Crow. Kelsey, Julianne, Boyono, Cummings. Cole, Logan, David Heiser. Hannah, Lee, DeMarco. Nathaniel J. Diamond. Joshua Rife Dickey. Colin Emery Diddy. May Elizabeth Dixon. Dominique Rose Donaldson. Hayden Wells Downey. Reese McLaren Dumais. Shane Dua. Now Dutil. Isabel Mary Jacqueline Ebsworth. Robin Grace Eliason. London Kane Ezel. Samantha Lee Fiella. Rebecca Teixeira Finelli. Sophia Maria Ferry. Evelyn Rose Finch. Kara Claire Finley. Trayvon Khalil Foster. Sage Miracle Garraway. Chung Lola Ga. Abigail Grace Gerdeman. Mia Ann Gillespie. James Keach Gong. Nathan Scott Govan II. Sophia Annalise Grant. Zachary Lawrence Greenland. Maria Teresa Catalano Halvey. Nathan Hahn. Elizabeth Graham Hebert. Zuri Jordan Hollub. Ethan Chunghu Hong. Griffin Daniel Hopper. Caleb Archer Jameson. Arul Jindal. Nicole Nisochi Kalu. Ryan Francis Castro. Scarlett Aaliyah Katz. Michael Joseph Keeley. Shreyas Kurithawada. Catherine Sue Cottish. Gabriel Joseph Lagore. Harper Madison Latham. Michelle Elise Houston Lawrence. Erin Sienna Lee. Evan Lee. Jeannie Lee. Kieran Patrick Leung. Mason Oscar Lewis. Emma Y. Lee. John Lewis Lignelli III. Guangrain Richard Liu. Anna Kate Loren. Annabelle Barbara Lombardi. Ethan Suhong Luo. Minghui Mindy Luo. Julian Matira. Ryan Christopher McClellan. Matthew Ephraim McCullough. Terrence Joseph McGlynn III. Margaret Grace McHale. Max Logan Menkowitz. Lucas Teju Miles. Arthur James Miller. Jonathan Bryce Moore. Ellie Marie Moser. Liam Tabu Mupofu. Stella Genevieve Mueller. Catherine Rose Shine Murphy. Evan Neil Muto. Benjamin Julian Natel. Winza Bach. Enduka Chinimerem Endi Nadi. Lawton Everett Paddock. Jake Anthony Palladino. Trinity Pasamarthi. Eugenio Peña Canales. Susanna A. Panea. Wallace R. Pooler. Jaheim Imani Pratt. Ryan Jangu Cho. Ion Sunil Reggae. Macy Lane Rehack. Barkley Dylan Reed. Rice. Caitlin Isabella Richter. Evan James Rohrbaugh. Ella Carrington Ross. Ethan Songhun Roo. Kaylee Danielle Schuster. Julia Ann Slaney. Gabriel Chase Smith. Jillian Ann Smith. Sawyer Joseph Smith. Angelina Marie Sodasanti. Opal Elizabeth Sparling. Jacob D. Sprague. Abigail Eileen Stank. Braden Michael Swar. Devon Shah Telwala. Joseph John Terreri Jr. Taylor Catherine Timbrook. Felipe Troncoso Bueno. Ford Theodore Tefanction. Winston Valentine. Simon E. Vega. Abigail Jean Walsh. Arment C. Waltenbaugh. Amy Shri-Chi Wong. Enchung Wong. Colin Tehe Wong. Shay Conroy Whitney. Zaira Nicole Williams. Ethan Elliott Wills Johnston. Jacob Jahao Shu. Adam Tianyong Yao. Addison Jane Yori. Sin Yu Cindy Yu. Zapata Mia. Vicky Waitsi Song. Yuying Elizabeth Jong. Jiachi Zhao. Hui Hua Zhou. Henry William Zedek. Grady Joseph Ziegler. Kate Christina Zarinsky. And Lillian Gregorian Zverek.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present the Hill School Class of 2026. To the class of 2026, now alumni of this great and historic school, I remind you that this is your commencement, which can be defined both as a completion of your studies here and the beginning of something else. It is the start of an adult life full of potential and opportunity. During your time here, you have seen firsthand what people can do gifted with their Hill education. What you do with that education will not only define you, it will define and shape the Hill experience for future generations of students. I ask our parents and guests to please remain in your seats until after the faculty recession, followed by the student recession. Students, as you place your brick on the alumni path, you leave your mark on this special place. Now alumni, you are beginning a next chapter, a lifelong connection that will endure as long as you stay connected to your classmates, your teachers, and the Hill, and hold true the values gained here. The Reverend Ann Conver Martins will now pronounce the benediction.
Please stand. Class of 2026. Go out into the world in peace, holding fast to whatsoever things are true. Walk into the future with faith, hope, and love, trusting in the continued embrace from 1,000 hands here at the Hill. May you always know of our unending love for you, and may you become for our world the blessing that you have been to us. And may the blessing of God who made us, who loves us, and who goes with us be with you now and forever. Amen.
Thank you all for sharing this special day with us, and congratulations again to 2026 and their families. Students, do not forget to grab your brick. I wish you all good luck and Godspeed. Congratulations.
Thank you.